Hello, I would just like to state really quick that this video is for educational purposes only. Please do not try any of the things you're about to see at home. Emmett is a professional. Thank you.
My name is Emmett and I've been making knives for 4 years. In today's video, I'm going to be making this knife right here. The overall length is 12.5 inches. The blade is going to be made from 1084 high carbon steel. It's going to have a 954 aluminum bronze guard, and I'm going to have a nice wood handle. Let's get started. Okay, I got a new toy here. I got a portable bandsaw. I also have my design drawn on a piece of the 1084, and I'm just going to cut it out. Okay, so I just finished getting the shape all dialed in. It looks really good. Got the tang nice and tapered. Next step is we're gonna put some layout lines on the blade so we know where to grind our bevels to. Okay, so I just finished grinding the bevels. They look really good. I haven't ground the clip in yet because I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grind it in after I quench. So next step is to stamp my maker's mark on the blade here when we put it in the forge, and then after that we'll quench the blade. This is 1084 steel, so we'll be quenching in Parks 50. Alright, so the blade is all quenched. It's in the oven right here. This is just a small toaster oven that I just got. But it's gonna go in, it's gonna do two 2-hour cycles at 400 degrees. Okay, the knife is out of the oven. Looks really good. Next step is we're gonna grind the whole blade flat. We're gonna grind out any warps that we have, and we're just gonna get all this forge scale off. So yeah, we're gonna grind the ricasso, and then we're gonna finish, we're gonna do the final grinding on the bevels and make it look really nice. And then we're also gonna grind in our clip here. Okay, so I got the knife clamped up here. I'm gonna hand sand the blade before I cut in the clip, just because when the clip is ground in here, I don't want to round over the clip with sandpaper and I don't want to smear the line. So yeah, I'm gonna hand sand the blade probably to 220, 320 grit, and then we'll cut in the clip, and then we'll keep sanding the blade to probably 800 grit. Okay, so you guys just saw me grind the clip. I have it I have it clamped up here. I'm ready to hand sand. I'm gonna finish hand sanding the whole entire blade, the clip as well, to 400 grit for now. And once we are done with the whole handle assembly, we'll finish sanding the blade at 600 grit. The knife is done being sanded at 400 grit. I'm extremely happy with how it's looking. I basically got all the scratches out, but it looks really good. Next step is a very hard process, very hard part, but we're gonna be fitting the guard up to the blade here. I'm gonna put some layout lines on here, and then we're gonna mill our slot. And get it fit up. Okay, so I got the slot drilled in here. The blade actually, or the tang, actually goes into the guard this much already, which is really good. It's pretty good fit, so we'll have to do more filing. But you can see this side is much bigger than this side. So the reason I did that, I made a little recess in here, and there's about a 1/4 inch inside here at the front, which is gonna make it a lot easier for me to file and do like little adjustments to help the guard fit better onto the tang. So that's a little hack I found out a little while ago. And yeah, we're just gonna start filing the guard and get it fit up. Okay, we got the guard fitting up really good actually. I really like it. There's still some tiny gaps, but I will be able to fix that when we kind of start shaping it. And I have an idea for that. But next step is we're gonna kind of start profiling the guard and take some weight off of this big chunk of aluminum bronze. The guard is looking really good. I'm really happy with the shape so far. Profile this way is looking really good. Looks really nice. So next step, well, I'll just leave it on here, but next step is we're gonna start rounding over the corners and get this profile dialed in. So we'll start kind of tapering this down to a point right here and a point up there. I'll draw the profile on here and show you guys for a second. So the blade looks really good, or the guard, sorry. The rough shape is all ground in. It looks pretty good. So next step is we're gonna be fitting the handle. Now for the handle, I'm gonna be using this piece of dyed and stabilized maple burl. It's kind of a purple with yellow, some yellow there. Some nice yellow color in here. So I have the tang positioning all marked out, and I'm gonna drill a hole in here and get this block fit up to the tang. So the handle is all fit up. It looks really good. I have the shape drawn on the handle, so it's gonna be the next step. So I'm gonna go to the 2x72 grinder and I'm gonna hog off some of this material to get the rough shape of the handle dialed in. Okay, so I'm gonna shape the guard before I shape the handle. This is what I want. This is what I want the front of the handle here to look like. This is still square. I'm not gonna shape this till I have the rough shape of the guard. So yeah, this is what I want the shape to look like, and I want to have some nice sharp looking facets running down the guard here. I think it'll tie in really nicely to like the tanto look of the blade. So yeah, I'm gonna use a very small round wheel to get these facets dialed in. The guard is looking really good. I really like it. I'm gonna clean the guard up with some little files and sandpaper, and then we can start shaping this handle. So I just finished shaping the facets or sanding the facets on the guard. They're looking really good. I only have them at a 220 grit finish. We'll probably end the hand sanding at probably 600, but we won't do that until the handle is shaped. So I was gonna shape the handle next, but I forgot that I have to bed the tang or the handle in epoxy. So basically we're gonna fill the handle, the whole inside here with 5-minute epoxy. After about 10-15 minutes, we'll pull it apart, clean up the tang, and then put it back together and leave it overnight so that when we come back tomorrow morning, I should be able to pull the handle off and we should have a perfectly snug fit with the handle and the tang. And it'll be much easier to shape and hand sand the handle. So I'm gonna start by coating the tang in this Vaseline or petroleum jelly. It keeps the epoxy from sticking to the tang, and it only leaves the epoxy inside the handle. It's been about 20 minutes now. I'm gonna try to pull the handle off. Then if I get the handle off, I'll clean the tang up and then put it back and let it sit overnight. Wow, that came off really nicely. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this handle off, get it all cleaned up, and then let it sit overnight. Okay, it is the next day. The handle is fitting on very nicely. It's super nice. There's no wiggle and there's no play in it, which is exactly what I wanted. So now that that is done, we can start shaping the handle. So I'm gonna start shaping the side profile this way. I've already marked some lines out, and I'm gonna just grind this excess stuff off so it's not so thick and bulky. Okay, the side profile here is looking really good. I really like the thickness of it. It's like perfect thickness. So next step is we're gonna round the edges. So I'm gonna take off all these corners and stuff and get it get the handle feeling like a real knife handle. So the handle is looking extremely good. It's still pretty rough. There's still 36 grit belt scratches on here. So I'm just gonna take some hand files and a bunch of sandpaper, and I'm just gonna take it slow, just because I don't want to mess anything up. This is a pretty expensive piece of wood, and I'd rather not have to restart. So yeah, I'm just gonna go slow and get this thing shaped. So the handle is looking really good. It's at a 320 grit hand sanded finish. Next, we're actually gonna finish out the guard. So it's at a 220 grit finish right now. We'll probably take it to a 600 grit finish, and we'll work on shaping these facets a little bit more and making them pop a bit. So I've finished sanded the back side of it. Before I sand this side, or this surface, I forgot, but I want to put a bend in it to make it look a little flowier, to match kind of the blade design. So I'm going to heat it up with a torch and then use a hammer and round it over. Okay, so the guard is looking really good. The facets are pretty crispy. Next step is, if you can see here, in between the facets, this flat part, it stops like right here, and I want it to lead out perfectly to the edge here on the back, and it does the same thing on both sides. So I'm gonna go to the belt sander, get a fine belt, and take off and just sand this flat part, make these facets lean or like end right there. And then I'm also, this curve here is pretty steep, and it curves really hard. So I'm gonna need to take some material off right about here. That way it'll look smoother and it'll look better, and it'll make the whole knife look better. But I did get that line to line up perfectly with the handle. You can see that on that side and that side, so I'm very happy on that. But yeah, we're gonna flatten out these sides. Okay, so I got the guard clamped up here. As you saw in the last clip, I ground the sides. So now I'm just gonna take these sides up to 1,000 grit, which I forgot to mention. I took these facets up in the round parts up to 1,000 grit. So I just wasn't really happy with the 600 grit finish. Okay, so the guard is all sanded. I got the top sanded, got the sides sanded, and the facets are looking really nice. They'll pop even more once we buff the guard, which is going to be really cool. But before I buff the guard, I'm going to finish sanding the blade right now. It's at a rough 400 grit finish. So we are going to do a nice satin 600 grit finish. We need to clean up the spine here because it still has the quenching stuff on there, and it still has the black oxide. So we're gonna do the choil here, and then the spine, and then I think we can glue it up. Okay, the blade is all done being sanded. It has a 600 grit satin finish. I have a little coat of wax on there just to protect it. I'm gonna wrap the blade up so I don't damage it or scratch it. But the next step is to buff the guard. It'll make the facets really pop. And then after that, we'll glue the whole blade on and almost be done to sharpen it. Okay, as you guys just saw, I finished buffing the guard. It looks absolutely insane. So, next step is we're gonna glue the handle on for good. It will not come off after this. So I'm gonna use this high quality West Systems G-Flex epoxy, and we're gonna get this handle glued on. Okay, it's all clamped up. I'm gonna let it sit overnight or for 24 hours, and then we'll get back to it in the morning. Okay, it is the next day. The knife is looking really good. There's no squeeze out anywhere, which I'm very happy about. The last step that we have to do is to sharpen the blade. After that, all we have to do is put a coat of wax or oil on the handle and the blade, and then we'll be done. Okay, the blade is all sharpened. Last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this boiled linseed oil here. I'm just gonna wipe it all over the handle. And with that, this knife is done. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you guys could please like, comment, subscribe, that would be awesome. This knife will be on my website along with 20 other new knives that I've worked so hard on building. You can find those at ejworkman.com. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.